Good morning. And assalamu alaikum. I am Reverend Kelsey Shirazi. I am the pastor at this church, and I'm honored to invite you and welcome you today to the celebration of the life of Arian Fatahi. I am only giving the welcome at this, but I want to give a couple of things as part of that. The first is, if it's your first time here, as I suspect it is for many of you, should you find yourself in need of our facilities, they're around on either side of these walls. So now you know where they are. Feel free to use them if you need to. I also want to say, I am a Christian pastor. I am married to a Muslim man. I operate from an interfaith perspective. So I just want everyone to know nobody's going to tell you you have to believe or practice anyway during this service in order for your faith to be valid or for you to belong in this space. I felt like that was important. Last thing that I have to say is, while I did not have the pleasure of meeting Arian while she was alive, I have had the blessing of hearing stories about her over the past week or so, and am just truly amazed with who she was and the life she lived. And I know whether you knew her very well or you knew her only a little bit, this service, as we hear stories from her life and see pictures and learn more, will be a blessing to all of us. So welcome. Please feel at home here. This is a service to come as you are. You can laugh, you can cry, show up in your grief however you need to. And as we begin, would you join me in a prayer? Creator God, we ask that you be with us today, that you bring comfort to those who seek it, that you bring peace to all those who are here, that you stir our hearts to wish to leave here today living life more fully and more joyfully. God, we offer this prayer in the mystery that is your name. Amen.
سلام ای غروب غریبانه دل، سلام ای طلوع سحرگاه رفتن، سلام ای غم لحظه های جدایی، خدا حافظ ای شعر شبهای روشن، خدا حافظ ای شعر شبهای روشن، خدا حافظ ای قصه عاشقانه، خدا حافظ ای آبی روشن عشق، خدا حافظ ای عطر شعر شبانه. خدا حافظ ای هم نشین همیشه، خدا حافظ ای داغ بر دل نشسته، تو تنها نمیمانی ای مانده بی من، تو را می سپارم به دلهای خسته، تو را می سپارم به میرای مهتاب، تو را می سپارم به دامان دریا، اگر شب نشینم اگر شب شکسته، تو را می سپارم به رویای فردا، به شب می سپارم تو را تا نسوزد، به دل می سپارم تو را تا نمیرد، اگر چشمه واژه از غم نخوش کرد، اگر روزگار این صدا را نگیرد، خدا حافظ ای برگ و بار دل من، خدا حافظ ای سایه سار همیشه، اگر سبز رفتی اگر زرد ماندم خدا حافظ نوبهار همیشه.
I'm sure she's dancing up there right now. On behalf of my dad, myself, my brother, my daughters, my husband, beautiful Kate, and all of our extended family, we want to thank you for being here today. It means a lot for us to have your support, to have your love during this time. As many of you can see, our dad is not here. Aziz is not here with us today. And he has some health issues that has kept him away. But he wanted me to relay to you how much he loves each of you and thanks each of you for being here today. So thank you very much. He had a poem that he was going to read. And I asked him if he wanted somebody else to read the poem, and he said, absolutely not. This has to come from me. And hopefully at one of your Persian Poetry Club nights, he'll get to read that poem about his beautiful wife. Thank you. I'm going to ask my daughters to come and share their reflections.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. For those of you we haven't met, I'm Alina.
And I'm Ariana.
And we are Arian's granddaughters. Our grandma, known to many of you as Arian, but to us as Mom and Ari, brought so much joy to each of us in this room. One of her many great qualities was to connect with and have an impact on so many people. Each of us have known different versions of her throughout her life that we are privileged enough to have experienced. For me, she was a steadfast presence in my life who always had the best advice. Of all the lessons that she taught me, one of the most powerful was the way she showed me what it means to be a woman who is strong, beautiful, kind, and intelligent, all at the same time. When I think of my grandma, I don't just think of memories. I think of a feeling. I associate her with the feeling of love itself, an unwavering and unconditional love that continues to stay with me. It's impossible for me to picture her without seeing her smile and think of all of the laughter, humor, and warmth she brought into my life and all of our lives. She radiated joy in a way that filled every space that she entered, and she was truly a light, dancing, singing, and smiling her way through a room. Because of her, I have never known what it means to not be loved. That is her greatest gift to me, and one that will live on long after today. Ashagatham Mamnari.
When I think of Mom and Ari, I think of the creator she was. Besides creating our beautiful family, she created the fondest memories with us, like when Alina and I would spend a week every summer in Virginia Beach with her and Bubba, and she would write silly songs for us that would have us belly laughing. When I was 6, and she handmade a custom costume for me, based on a children's movie character that I was obsessed with. When we went to the Dominican Republic, where as a family, we rode the most turbulent banana boat through the ocean, and all we could hear was her laughter coming from the back of the boat. Or when I last minute joined her and Bubba in Barcelona for a family wedding, where we shopped the days away and danced the wedding night away. When she taught me how to play pickleball one Thanksgiving, and because she's a fashion icon, when we would go through her closet, and if I was lucky, taking home a piece of hers, that would mean more to me than anything you can get at a store. I smile so big when someone compliments my outfit, and I get to say, thanks, it's my grandma's. In my final moments with Mom and Ari, I told her, you will always be with me. She will be with me in the outfits I put on, the Persian books and movies I read and watch to feel more connected to my roots, my work ethic, how I show up for my family and community, how I courageously speak up for what's right in a world that feels unjust, just like she did. I will look for signs of her everywhere I go. Over the past few years, my sister and I have been curiously asking our grandparents questions to help us stitch together the beautifully complex threads of their lives. Hearing their stories, memories, and reflections has given me the perspective that, to us, she is Mama Nari, our grandma, but beyond that, she is so much more to so many more. Each of us have our own unique relationship with her and unique memories of her, and I know there are more stories to be told and memories to be shared. At the reception, I invite you all to share your stories with me and with others of Mama Nari. As her family and her community, it's our responsibility and our honor to continuously celebrate her life so that her memory lives on. Every story is a gentle reminder that community carries us, carries on tradition, and carries on who or what may no longer be with us physically, but will be in our hearts always. She has had an everlasting impact on each of us, and now she is everlasting. Ashakatam.
I have read this poem so many times, try not to cry. Maybe this is my 25th time I'm reading this, but I'm not sure I'm gonna still help myself not to cry. به کجا چنین شتابان گبن از نسیم پرسید دل من گرفته زینجا هوس سفر نداری ز غبار این بیابان همه آرزویم اما چه کنم که بسته پایم به کجا چنین شتابان به هر آن کجا که باشد به جز این سرایم سفرت به خیر اما تو و دوستی خدا را چو از این کویر وحشت به سلامتی گذشتی به شکوفه ها به باران برسان سلام ما را
Good morning, everyone. Before we begin, I would like to ask everyone to say, in one voice, in unison, one simple word that captures the essence of the women we honor today: love. On the count of 3, everyone, please say love. 1, 2, 3. Love. In a single word, I have just described Mrs. Arian Fatahi Salahi. Love wasn't just something Mrs. Salahi believed in. It was how she lived, how she served, and how she showed up for her community every single day. From this point forward, I will refer to Mrs. Salahi as Banu Arian, a name that means Lady Arian, because it so fittingly reflects who she truly was. I met the Salahi family through my wife nearly 2 decades ago. Over the years, our association with the Salahis grew into something far deeper than friendship. They became family. We shared countless moments, celebrations, conversations, laughter, and even quiet reflections. Memories we will cherish for the rest of our lives. I stand before you today not only to recall a few of those memories, but more importantly, to acknowledge Banu Arian's remarkable contributions and to introduce her as the person she truly was. She was a devoted and passionate supporter of the Persian cultural programs. Over the past 10 years, she gave several meaningful presentations, each one reflecting her deep commitment to our culture and community. Her impact was so profound that she came to be known as the program's cornerstone, its charm, its center, and its heart. The last time she spoke to our forum, she chose a subject that reflected who she truly was. She spoke about women, mothers, and about their role in the world. She described women as the pillars of society, quietly strong, endlessly giving, and essential. In many ways, she was describing herself. She didn't just speak about strength, compassion, and responsibility. She lived them. Many of us have assisted with the cultural programs, but no single member made the impact on the Persian community of Hampton Roads quite like she did. Her dedication, consistency, and passion set her apart. Her influence extended beyond events and presentations. It lived in people, in families, and in the next generation. She saw the future in our children and took it upon herself to nurture it. She spearheaded a language program and began offering Farsi classes to our young, natural-born Americans of Persian descent, our community's children. With patience and love, she taught them how to read and write Farsi, giving them not only a language, but a connection to their heritage and identity. She ensured that our language and heritage would live on through the next generation. Her heart, however, extended far beyond classrooms and podiums. She had a deep and tender compassion for children, especially less fortunate children, those we refer to in Farsi as street kids. These are children who spend their days walking the city streets, selling flowers or candy to survive. During one presentation, Banu Arian spoke about these children and broke into tears as she shared their answers to a simple question. What is your biggest wish in life? Some of them replied, eating kebab, Persian cuisine. In that moment, her tears became our tears, and her compassion became a call to conscience for all of us. It wasn't one single accomplishment that made Banu Arian stand out. It was the collection of her qualities, her compassion, her confidence, her competence, and her unwavering love. These were the qualities that made her a remarkable woman, a devoted wife, mother, grandmother, and a pillar of our community. Today we grieve her loss, but we also honor her legacy. Banu Arian lives on in the children she taught, the culture she preserved, the voices she amplified, the countless lives she touched, and the love she gave so freely. She leaves behind a community forever changed because she was part of it, and forever grateful that she was. She will be deeply missed, lovingly remembered, and forever honored. And if we remember nothing else, let us remember this: love. Because that one word will always lead us back to Mrs. Arian Fatahi Salahi. May her memory be a blessing to us all.
درود به تک تک شما عزیزان. با آیه‌ای از کتاب مقدس آغاز میکنم. هر چیزی زمانی دارد و هر امری زیر آسمان وقتی برای زادن و وقتی برای مردن. این کلام واقعیت مشترک همه انسان هاست و ما امروز در یکی از همین زمان ها کنار هم ایستادیم. امروز گرد هم آمدیم تا یاد و نام خواهری را گرامی بداریم که اکنون در آغوش خداوند آرامی گرفته است. خواهرم، او تنها یک خواهر نبود. کدبانوی توانا، دوستی وفادار و در بسیاری از لحظه ها برای من چون مادری مهربان و پناه دهنده بود. در سختی ها همراهم، در شادی ها بی‌دریغ حاضر، مادری دلسوز برای فرزندانش، فداکار برای همسرش، عاشق گل و طبیعت، با آشپزی علاقه داشت و با دستانش از ساده ترین چیزها گرما و طعم زندگی می آفرید. کسی که می توانست از هیچ چیزهای ارزشمند بسازد. کمک به دیگران در وجود او ریشه داشت، نه به عنوان وظیفه بلکه به عنوان شیوه زندگی. دورش همیشه پر از دوستان خوب بود، چرا که خودش نماد صداقت، مهربانی و وفاداری بود. شعر را دوست داشت، زیرا دلش شاعرانه می‌تپید. وطنش را دوست داشت، چون ریشه هایش عمیق، اصیل و استوار بود. دلیر و شجاع بود، در برابر ناراستی ایستادگی می‌کرد و هرگز از حقیقت عقب ننشست، حتی زمانی که درد تمام وجودش را درگیر کرده بود. بیماری جسمش را فرسود، اما روحش را هرگز شکست نداد. و در کنار همه این فضیلت‌ها همیشه شیک و آراسته بود، نه فقط در ظاهر بلکه در رفتار، کلام و در وقاری که از درونش می آمد. زیبایی او بازتاب اصالت و شخصیت والایش بود. امروز ما اندوهگینیم، اما همزمان سپاسگزار زندگی پربرکتی که خواهرم از خود به جای گذاشت و یادی که همیشه در دل ما زنده خواهد ماند. آرام بخواب خواهر عزیزم. اگرچه زمین یکی از بهترین هایش را دست داد، اما آسمان یکی از روشنترین فرزندانش را در آغوش گرفت. ای خداوند، سپاسگزاریم برای زندگی و محبتی که اکنون خواهری که اکنون در آغوش تو آرامی گرفته است. او در دل ما عشق و محبت کاشت و ما از آن الهام می‌گیریم تا به یکدیگر عشق بورزیم. خداوندا، دلهای ما را آرام کن و به ما امید ده تا در غم‌هایمان تو را نزدیک به خود احساس کنیم. به ما قدرت ده که زندگی را با محبت و سخاوت ادامه بدهیم. در نام پرقدرت مسیح آرامش و امید طلب می‌کنیم. آمین.
Arian was not just a mother for me. She was my best friend. As long as I can remember, and I have memories from my childhood. I would want to run home from school and tell her everything. And that really did not change throughout my life. As things would happen for me, she was the first person that I'd want to pick up the phone and talk to and tell her truly everything. There's maybe 1% of my life that I haven't shared with her, and I don't think she would want to know about that 1%. During the last 2 years of this journey that we've been on, we really had the opportunity to spend even more time together, and I'm very grateful for those times. And I'm grateful that I had the opportunity and to be physically here with her. When we would go to her chemo sessions together, we had probably the best conversations that we've ever had, like very, very heartfelt conversations. And, I would talk about my fears and she would talk about her fears, joys, talk about her grandkids. So they were really great conversations. But as things kind of progressed, I felt like I couldn't express everything that I wanted to express because I knew that the time was very limited and things were getting shorter and shorter. So I started writing her letters where I felt like I could express myself in a different way to her. And I just want to share my last letter that I wrote to her, which was for her birthday on January 1st. To the incredible woman who gave me life and who keeps me thriving through her love, her warmth, and her steadfast care. I honor your mind, ever thinking, ever watchful, always holding the safety and peace for us in your embrace. A mind you trusted to guide both yourself and our family along the true path. A mind that has served you beautifully through a lifetime of faith in yourself and in your intuition. I honor your beautiful eyes, eyes that glow with joy and thoughtfulness as you look at the people you love. Eyes that light up at the beauty of the flowers and plants that you tend to. Your eyes have witnessed both life's hardest days and its sweetest moments. I honor your voice, a voice that has spoken words of wisdom through tenderness and loving counsel. A voice that has always risen for justice, for family, for love. A voice that supports others when they feel discouraged. A true voice of a loving mother, not only for me, but for so many others. I honor your heart, a heart overflowing with compassion, self-sacrifice, and grace. A heart that comes alive with songs and is joyful. Your heart beats with love for your family and is boundless and eternal. And your love for your homeland lives on forever alive within you. I honor your precious, soft hands, hands that cradled me in childhood, soothed me through every chapter of my life, prepared countless beautiful meals for friends and family, labored to bring up and build a life during our journey to America, and remained endlessly creative, always bringing something new into the world. I honor your feet, feet that have walked this earth with strength, that gave us steadfastness, taught us how to stand firm and keep moving forward in the face of all adversity. Through you, we were given roots. You are the tree of our life. I honor your entire being as my mother, your body, your mind, and your soul. For each day I give thanks to God for your presence. Your birth has been a blessing to all of us. And she truly has been a blessing, and I know all of you here can feel that. I just also wanted to share that today, my daughters, Ariana, Lena, my beautiful sister, Kate, and myself are all wearing pieces of her. This is my mom's jacket, and I'm wearing her necklace. Kate's wearing her suit. Ariana and Alina are wearing parts of her jewelry. So she is somehow physically here with us today as well.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us today as we celebrate the life of my dear mother and our Arian June. For all our non-Farsi speaking friends and family, June is a term of endearment that we use when we address our loved ones. It follows their first name, Arian June. And it's a reflection of our love and admiration for that person. I loved her so much. And God, did I admire her. I remember when I used to call her on the phone, once she answered, instead of saying just, "Hi, Mom," I would always say, "Arian June." She would say, "Bale," yes. Brief pause, followed by this big laughter. And she would follow it with, "June Delam," another term of endearment, meaning, oh, the soul of my heart. Every time I think of her saying that, brings a great smile to my face. And she said it with such affection. June Delam. You know, they say I'm a lot like my mother. Although it may have been usually during times that I'm very extremely determined and steadfast. But I really hope I am like Arian. How blessed would I be if I could just have a little bit of her kindness, her generosity, her courage, her zest for life, her great sense of patriotism, and her love and care, not just for her family and friends, but for all God's creatures. I remember she used to tell me, the next time I come visit, we'll go down to the lake that is in their neighborhood, and we're gonna feed the turtles and the geese. So we would walk down there, get on the dock, and all I saw was just a body of water. So I turned to Ariane and said, "Oh, maybe they're not here today." She said, "No, I have to call them." And with this cutest, almost silent whistle, and lo and behold, this little turtle had stopped popping out of the water, swimming towards her. Geese start flapping their wings, coming around the corner, and before you knew it, all these animals were around her. She knew some of them, named them, knew their personalities. She would feed them and spend some time with them and come back home. But above all, she loved your community. She loved and cared for every single one of you. And the love and care that you radiated back to her, that made all the difference in her life. If it wasn't for you and your love and your support, Ariane couldn't have made it as long as she did. You were her true warriors that stood by her during the darkest times in her life. I am humbled by your generosity. I am humbled by your love. On the behalf of my sister and I, we thank you from the bottom of our heart. We thank you for taking such good care of Ariane and Aziz. And we hope one day we can repay all your kindness. In closing, before we play Ariane's anthem, a beautiful song by Aref, which has been actually known more by Arian's song. Before we play that for you, I'd like to read you a piece of news that we received early this morning. My cousin Ashia and his wife are expecting a child. He wanted to be here today so bad. His wife wasn't due till about first or second week of February, but I asked him not to come as, the baby might come sooner and he needs to be with his wife. This is his text to us this morning. Lana Arian Razavi was born today. Try to make it emotional. Every time I read it, I get very emotional. She carries the name of my aunt, Arian, a name woven with love, generosity, loyalty, and unwavering faith. Through Lana, her spirit lives on, a gentle reminder that Arian's presence will forever remain in our hearts. It's a beautiful circle of life. May we carry her kindness and her love in every step we take. I love you, Arian. I'm going to play her song, and please feel free if you'd like to dance. She was the life of the party. She will love it if you would dance to this song. Help yourself. And after that, we have lunch and serve for you at the next room. Thank you.
جامونده پیشم من به کم از تو راضی نمیشم تو جای من باش تا باورت شه که ببینیم که چشمای تو چه کرده با من بدرقه کردم تنهاییامو کسی شنیده شاید دعامو کجا من و این روی ماه تو کجا لبای بوس خواه تو کی بهتر از تو که بهترینی تو ماه زیبای روی زمینی تو قلب من باش تا که بفهمی که دلبرانه به دل میشینی حتی بدیهات بخشیدنی بود شرم تو چشمات بوسیدنی بود همه حواست جامونده پیشم من به کم از تو راضی نمیشم تو خونه من تو عاشق میشی رو شونه من این یه قراره بین من و تو کسی عاشق نیست عین من و تو کی بهتر از تو که بهترینی تو ماه زیبای روی زمینی تو قلب من باش همین چه دلبرانه به دل میشینی. حتی بدی ها بخشیدنی بود، شرم تو چشمات بوسیدنی بود. همه حواست جا مونده پیشم، من به کبست